Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV and movies about Buff Santa that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Did you do anything fun this week?
Yeah. I've been watching Arcane.
I thought I said something fun, Andrew.
Oh no, it's fun. I
Okay.
do like the show. So far I don't know if it's as good as season 1, but like I expected absolutely nothing from season 1, and then I was like, wow, this is really good. But now it's like I'm going in expecting something really good, and I think it's still up to the level of the first season, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm not done with it. They're releasing it the 3 segments.
3 parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have expectations now. I will say that I know people that like League, so they are excited, and they like it.
Well, I don't even like League, but I did find the world fascinating. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that people like it. The viewership is like a third of the first one, so
yeah, it took a long time for them to put it out.
yeah,
So
but that
they
was
didn't really
also
capitalize on the hype.
I think that was a COVID show, a 2020 show. I think there's more
That's true.
captive audience at the time. But I mean, there's a lot of shows that were like that. We'll see how like a Squid Game goes.
True.
So, uh, when there was less.
Honestly, I think it'll be less for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, most of those shows that I liked during shows that during COVID that were popular, I didn't really like them or like watch them. So, I think people, like like Squid Game, and I definitely didn't. People were watching like Tiger King and crap. So, and that's like completely gone away now. It's like a moment in the sun there. Anyway, but I mean, I'm glad you're liking it at least, and yeah, I think they're just doing 3 parts, 3 weeks. So I mean, you'll get the rest of it very soon.
Yeah, I haven't even finished what's out yet. So
Yeah,
I've
they're log, right?
started on. Yeah, they're like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
They kept the theme song. I know you like the
that's
theme
good.
song.
I forgot which one it is. Enemy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good song.
and yeah, so I'm watching the whole thing. I like,
Yeah,
put you in the mood or the vibe of the show. I feel like that's all.
Yeah, that's a good song. Some people probably don't like it, but they're dumb. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't. I've just been working and stuff, unpacking at the new apartment here. We've been here for about a week, a little over a week now. Um, I like the place. I think the place is good. Yeah, just busy doing that. I've seen a couple movies myself. Um, they had movie for Overlord, the anime. And that's an anime I've actually seen up to where
good?
it was. That was fine.
Yeah.
I saw they were having, for some reason, they were showing it in IMAX. And I knew it was going to be like a war, so I went to see it. And unfortunately, the one that was playing in IMAX was only the sub Japanese. And that show is more talking than I remember. So it was a lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
There is a lot of talking, but it was literally they were going into a war. So I thought, okay, we're gonna get battles,
Yeah.
and there were battles. It was just the movie was so long, and
Mm.
I mean, and the jokes didn't quite hit the same, because it was,
Yeah.
and I've seen that whole show in subbed, so I used to the voices, and
You mean
so it was,
dub?
yeah. What did I
Okay.
say? Yeah,
You
dubbed.
said
Yeah,
sub. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm used to the voices of the people. So
Yeah.
um and it was a lot of strategy, war strategy or whatever, and then so it's like trying to read fast. I mean, it looked really good and it sounded really good, and I like seeing things at IMAX, but
Hmm.
we'll see.
So you're saying the payoff wasn't there?
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I think if you already like sub and you like Japanese, if or if you speak Japanese, I'm sure it was good. Um, yeah, it just tampered the experience a little bit, and it's enormous screen, so um, you know, but it was fun. I liked going. There was there was probably like 30 people in there, and
Mhm.
that's an enormous theater. So it
Did the
was,
crowd like it?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was all like, I think there was one woman in there. It was all younger men. I didn't see anyone over
Yeah.
35.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
a lot of, I mean, I think like one guy brought his girlfriend. I think that was about it. Um,
Mhm.
you know, it was. I mean, everyone was excited to see it. So, and I think people laughed and people thought it was funny. It introduced a character. It was more. It was one of those movies where it's like basically the it's like its own standalone thing. Like,
Okay. So
I,
not really anything to do with the
I
show,
mean,
really.
it's
Just the
just
characters.
trying to take over more of another kingdom or whatever, and they introduce some, I mean, they have some like world building in the fact that have this kingdom and they have like their own like customs and stuff, but
Okay.
I don't think we're ever going to go back there or anything. It's just one of
Yeah.
those standalone things. And there, like, one character might come back. That would be the only thing that I think might actually go into the regular show. But it was definitely its own thing. I thought it was decent, but yeah, I would give it like a 6.5. But I mean, that show was already kind like a little darker than I wanted it to be. And this one was, there was some like bloody parts and stuff. So yeah, he's just more evil. Anyway, yeah. So I saw that one, and then I saw A Real Pain, which is Jesse Eisenberg's first directorial effort. Um, it's him and Kieran Culkin um, playing cousins, and they're going on a trip traveling through like a tourist trip
Um, yeah,
traveling in Poland.
I saw the trailer, I think.
Yeah. Now that was a pretty good movie. I did enjoy it quite a bit. Both of them do a good job. I think they do a good job on family dynamics. Um, and it was their relationship are kind of like brothers, even though they're cousins. They're going there because their grandma passed away, and they're going there to honor her. So it was definitely like a brother dynamic, and one is more successful than the other, but then the one that's more successful than the other one is like less charismatic, and they both envy each other in different ways and stuff. It is, it's such a road trip movie. It's a character piece. I think they did a really good job, both of them, and uh, Jesse Eisenberg directed and I believe wrote the movie. So he did a good job. It's definitely a good first effort as a director. Um, you know, got to see a place that I have never seen before. So that was kind of fun, you know. Um, I thought the movie was well done and they did a good job in the movie. Um, you know, there's some good parts and there's funny parts and there's some sad parts, but you know, um, yeah. So I would give that like a 7.5. It's definitely a pretty good movie. Um, but you know, it still it still seems like, you know, it's very, the scope is small, and there's good acting moments, but there's not like a lot of like, you know, I don't think it'll, in 5 years it probably won't stick with me, but for the next couple of years I'll remember it. But yeah, but I'll be looking out for what he does next probably, because it's a good starter. And I would say go check it out if you haven't. And you know, I think it was in theaters um, last week or something like that. I don't know if they're, probably won't put it in more theaters, I would guess, because we got Wicked and Gladiator coming up. So, um, yeah. Speaking of Wicked, Wicked has a 99% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And that came out
It's dropped.
it came out
Oh,
yesterday, 99%, and it's still at 99% today. Um, and yeah, it releases tomorrow. So,
cool.
um, yep, audience seems to like it. I mean, it's definitely going to be people that you know, like it and like musical theater are seeing it first. Um, but that's a good sign. If the people that like the source material like it, it's probably a good sign that it's good.
I
Um,
mean, that's how it should be, and then they go tell, everyone they know to go see it.
I mean, I've seen it, so
Mhm.
and I definitely enjoyed it. So, and it is just the first act of the show. Um, and there's no, they didn't cut anything out. Um, everyone does a really good job. So, definitely going to see it. I'm going to see it again for sure. I might even see it today. We'll see, because they're doing like early screenings. Um, but
Cool, cool.
for some, but they're not doing it in IMAX here. They're having stupid Gladiator in IMAX, so
Yeah.
that's annoying. So if, like they have like one IMAX screening this, like, and it's like at like 9 in the morning. It's like what? Oh, and it is kind of long, so I'm not, you know, I'm not getting up that early for that. Anywho, so we'll see how that goes. We'll talk about that in a couple weeks. All right.
Have you seen Gladiator yet?
Yep. I've seen both of them.
Um, I know we're reviewing it. Do you think it's IMAX worthy?
Do I think it's IMAX worthy? To be honest, most of it takes place in little rooms where they're talking. There's
Mhm.
there is
I don't
a
want to know that too much. I just want a yes or a no. Like, do you think it's a like? I'll
I
take your
mean, there
word for
is
it.
scenes obviously in the Coliseum. Um yeah, yes. I
I mean,
mean,
what level of action are we talking here?
I would say it's like, you know, it's like a general one of those Sword and Sandal movies where there's like three good battles or something, but it's like 2.5 hour movie. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's probably, I would say there's probably an hour to the 2.5 hours of action.
Okay. Maybe I'll go do it then.
Um, I mean, I mean, even, I think seeing the trailers in IMAX, like when I went, um, we went and saw Red One in IMAX, and even seeing like the trailer for Wicked in IMAX sounded amazing, looked really good. So I wanted to see it in IMAX. So I
Mm.
mean, I think it's worthwhile. I think the experience is worth it. The sound is really good, and the look is really good. Um, yeah, I mean, if you want to see Paul Mescal's face, big old face,
Oh, yeah.
Denzel, his big face. Anyway, well, let's you know what? Let's talk about Denzel. Denzel Washington has uh, said he's going to retire soon, and he's pretty much laid out what he's going to do before he retires. Um, First of all, he let us know that Black Panther 3 is definitely happening, and Ryan Coogler's writing a part for him in the next one.
Mm.
Um,
He's our newest Black Panther. That's crazy.
could you
I'm
imagine?
just kidding.
He's really old
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
People would like that, by the way. It doesn't matter if he's 800 years old.
I would assume he'd be like an older Black Panther,
Yeah,
like
the first
a
Black Panther
previous.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, he could do that. Be one of those. I'm hoping I could see him being like grandpa or something. He could be Lupita's dad. We never saw her parents, so
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
and he could be grandpa to the T'Challa Junior. There,
Sure.
um, and he let us know that Equalizer 4 and 5 are coming.
Oh my gosh.
Even
That
though they
last
were,
one was not good, man.
yeah, even though they acted like that last one was the last one. So we'll see how that goes.
That was so. Can't wait for more of that.
Yeah, I know. We'll see if that actually happens, but
I mean, he probably makes a ton of money off of those movies,
oh, of
and they're
course,
probably easy for him.
right.
So,
Well, yeah, that last one definitely was easy for him. He just hung out in Italy.
and yeah, he just got to Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like jazzed about it or anything. Maybe it would be like something else. I don't know, training someone or something. I don't know.
Is that it?
That was it for Denzel there.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, we'll see how those go. Let's talk about other sequels. Um, Accountant 2 is coming out in April of 2025. So next year.
I'm excited for that. I love the first one. So.
Yeah, we talked about it a long time ago that they were making it, and then I heard like nothing about it until this update. Obviously they filmed
Same,
it. It's coming
same
out in
people,
April. Um,
right?
Ben Affleck, John Bernthal, and J.K. Simmons are all returning. From the
Perfect.
first movie,
Sounds good.
will be rated R, and they already have the synopsis. Basically, a lady's brother gets murdered, and she goes to the accountant to figure out who killed him, and
Perfect.
and Bernthal will join him. His brother will join him for it, and yeah. So yeah, I is a movie that I completely forgot about. But we're getting another one, and it will be theatrically released. They thought originally it would just be a streaming movie on Amazon, but because I believe it's an MGM movie, so yep, it's going to be theatrical released in April, and it looks like it'll be a busy April. We got Andor season 2 will be coming out in April of next year as well. Um, and it'll be it's
There's something else coming out in April too. So yeah, it'll be a busy April. We're gonna talk about it.
okay. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming out in April. It will take place over 4 years. This the second season, and will lead up directly to the beginning of Rogue One. So this will be the last season, obviously. Um,
Yeah, I just don't. I never understand why they have to like link it that hard together. You know what I mean?
the, the moment he shot that guy in the beginning of Rogue One.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh.
I mean,
It's probably that's probably how it's gonna end.
yep,
He's gonna be like setting up his sniper rifle, and then the credits will roll or something.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's just ugh.
Where
I don't know.
he gets on the spaceship to fly over to that planet.
Yeah, engage hyperdrive,
Yeah, exactly.
something like that.
Um, so I mean, I liked the first season of Andor. I know people loved the first season of Andor. Um, I mean, it's one of the only good things that Disney has done with Star Wars. So
Yeah, I mean, when you just get fed slop, you eat anything that's good, right?
yeah,
And
we'll we'll see how it is. I mean, there was a lot of good parts about Andor, I will say, and there was definitely some episodes that were better than others. Um, things that were I would consider slop. We have the Ray movie has been removed from the schedule, the release schedule, which was going to be like
what? Thought it
2026.
thought it was like a trilogy.
Uh, they talked about doing a trilogy. They announced that like Simon Kinberg was going to do a trilogy, which is the guy who did some of the X-Men movies, including the bad ones. The only movie he's directed was X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh,
But
I never even saw that one.
he co-created Rebels, I want to say. He's worked with Star Wars before. So one of those guys, but
I mean, hopefully they took it off the slate because they got backlash. Nobody wants that movie. It will die. It would have to be like the most amazing movie for it to do well, and I really doubt it would be that.
but
And
yeah, well
fans don't want
They took the Ray movie off the schedule. They lost a writer a couple weeks ago.
it. Hmm.
Their third writer they lost a couple weeks ago. Now it's literally off the release schedule. So I'm assuming we're never going to see that movie. Um, that trilogy that we're talking about, this one they announced a couple weeks ago, that would be um, episode the next whatever 10, 11, and 12. Um, with probably Ray would probably be old, I guess. I don't know. Uh, Restarting the Jedi Order or whatever. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they killed everyone off so they could do the same thing that they could have done with Luke.
Yeah,
It's so dumb.
it doesn't
They're
make
dumb.
any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I think well, first of all, there isn't a lot of it. There was an absence, right, between the other movies. There's no absence here, really. Here, you're still getting Star Wars slop in between. So, you're not. It's not like the Force Awakens where people are like, "Ooh, new Star Wars is coming." Like we haven't seen
Yeah.
anything. Now
Yeah.
we've had just a abundance of crap. So,
Yeah, they need wins that this you can't this doesn't read like a win beforehand. It needs to read like a win beforehand for it to be a win.
the only thing that I know is actually being made is from what I
The
understand. I haven't seen
Mandalorian
is the
thing.
Mandalorian and Grogu one. That's it. I mean, they announced the James Mangold one. I haven't heard anything. Um,
Yeah. Well, and they have I'm sure they'll do another like the TV show stuff, I think is still going.
what?
Like the mini project, like the anime thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I'm talking about
the
movies in theater movies.
yeah,
They
I
announced
know.
they did the three. They said Mandalorian and Grogu movie, James Mangold one, and then this Ray one. The Ray one now is off the schedule, so I'm assuming that's dead. So there you got two left. Um,
Well, I thought there was supposed to be like some crossover mashup of Ahsoka Mandalorian, unless you're just saying
that's the
that's what.
Mandalorian one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then yeah, I mean, As long as there wins, I mean, it's fine with me.
Yeah, Mandalorian Grogu is it's the one that's going to be with Favreau's directing and Filoni and Favreau are writing. That's coming out May 2026. That one and that Ray one was going to be the holidays, the Christmas one of 26. In between avatars. So I don't know, maybe able to do the James Mangold one. But yeah, Mandalorian Grogu is the first theatrical film we'll have. As you know, as long as it continues to go and they don't lose anybody or whatever. I mean, if they lost the writers on that that'd be a problem. Because that's Favreau and Filoni. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that movie's pretty safe. I don't think they're going to be leaving.
Yeah. That's the one that Sigourney Weaver is going to be in. Obviously, we know Pedro Pascal will be in it. So, yep. So we'll see about Star Wars. I think it is a rocky road ahead. But they need wins. We'll see. So that's everything about Star Wars there. Here's some more news that I'm sure you'll be thrilled about. They're doing a Tomb Raider TV show on Amazon, and they cast their Lara Croft. So a couple days before they announced like their short list, their people that were testing and auditioned for it, and then so that list was pretty lackluster. And the number one name that I was not interested in is the one they cast, and that's Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones.
The young one,
the redhead.
Oh,
who was literally Jean Grey in the newer X-Men. Darth.
What are they doing with why can't they pick a good Lara Croft?
She's British. That's all you need, right?
She doesn't even, I mean, obviously she can dye her hair black, but she's not an action star. I mean, that's not to say that she can't be, but
no, I don't understand the choice at all.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's not a good choice. I mean, I don't think she's particularly that great of an actress. I mean, I wasn't even like a huge fan of Game of Thrones, so but she's like bland.
Angelina again, but make her old Lara Croft. I'd be more interested in that than
I think they want an actual British lady, but I mean, there has to be a good British actress that could be over her.
I mean, there's more British actors playing American roles.
Yeah.
There's definitely a better one. 100%.
I know. I just don't understand why they pick her. I just don't get it. Maybe the money isn't there for a bigger actress, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But because it's going to be a streaming TV show, but yeah, I don't get it. And they did an animated show on Netflix of Lara Croft.
Was
horrible. Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing. They're just making sure nobody wants Tomb Raider, I guess.
Yeah, it's sad.
So I don't know. Weird.
You think that's like even Uncharted? Like Uncharted should have been an easy slam dunk. They messed that up too. So they just don't know how to handle.
That movie actually did decently. I mean, it wasn't like a smash hit or anything, but like imagine if it was like good people in it, like that movie could have done so incredibly well. Like honestly, that Tomb Raider movie, the last one they made, she's good. But the movie was just bad. So I just don't know why they do that. So, you know, it's just, you know, they're kind of screwing it up. And I mean, it should be pretty easy just to have a badass chick. I don't know why it has to be so hard. It doesn't even have to be like the best script or best plot. It could be a pretty paint by numbers plot. Just have her be badass chick. I don't get it. You get the John Wick
And have
guys.
her, yeah. Well, I think she needs to solve, tomb raiding puzzles sort of thing.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, you can get the John Wick guys to do the stunt work and stuff, and then you get a writer that can write. It can't be that hard.
yeah, it's not.
So we'll see. Um, okay, let's get into. I know I'm probably the only one that cares, but Conan O'Brien is going to host the Oscars. So that's
I do
cool.
think it's a plus, but yeah, I mean,
Better
who
than
cares?
Jimmy Kimmel or
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
whoever else they've had recently. It's definitely a good choice. He's never hosted before. I think he's funny, and I think he's one of those people where if something doesn't go right, he can still like make it funny. I think he's really good at just like talking to random people and stuff. That's kind of what he's doing recently.
I mean, yeah, for him, it's just a walk in the park, dude.
Yeah, and his podcast is really good, and he gets like A-list people on his podcast. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, he was getting A-list people on a show. We had a show.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a podcast, it's not a late night appearance where you're there.
Yeah,
For like,
but he's still Conan. It's like
yeah,
when what was the other guy before
Letterman.
him? Yeah, didn't he have like some car show where he was getting?
Oh, Jay Leno.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know them.
Yeah, Jay
Before
Leno.
my time, didn't pay attention.
Well, Jay Leno is the one where he said he was leaving the Tonight Show, and then they put Conan there, and then Jay was like, "But I'm not done," and
Yeah, and then
so they pushed him back and everything. Yeah, so now Jimmy Fallon's there. So yeah, I think he'll be good. That now the in between stuff will be funny for me. It's good for me as well. So I'm down. I'm definitely looking forward to it. The rumor is that they wanted Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to do it. Hugh Jackman has hosted the Oscars before. I think he could have just done it by himself. He didn't really need Ryan Reynolds, but Ryan Reynolds is too busy, hawking phones and gin or whatever. So, and making movies.
He is probably incredibly successful in all of his endeavors.
He sure is. He's a marketing man. But that would have been fun, and I mean, this was the year to do that. So, I mean, maybe they could do it next year or something, but it would be a little, past its time. I think
if they did both Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, honestly, that probably would have pulled in a lot of numbers. But they probably would want to get paid a lot to do it.
Yeah, the Oscars host is like one of the jobs that like nobody wants to do because it's like really difficult and they're probably not paid millions. So
for sure,
yeah. I mean, I think you could have just had Hugh Jackman and then you could have had Ryan Reynolds show up. You didn't need him to be a co-host, but I mean, Hugh Jackman's done it before by himself. So, yeah. So, it's okay. But I'm cool with the choice out of options. So, all right. So Kevin Feige has said that there will be more X-Men characters introduced in the next few movies. So we don't know which ones that'll be, of course, but that will definitely be coming up soon. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some in that in the movies that come out next year. I mean, is there a specific X-Men you want to see show up soon?
I mean, my answer to that question was always Gambit, but
Well,
I
the
mean,
Gambit's already been shown up. Who else you got?
yeah, I don't really have anyone else other than Gambit. That was my number one. I do like Jean Grey, but I mean, obviously they've done Jean Grey into the ground, so not really.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. What about you? I'm thinking, but
me personally, um, Nightcrawler always, and then Storm, and they can absolutely, and they showed Storm at the end of that What If, so she's definitely coming at some point. And you should just have her in the next Black Panther. She has been Queen of Wakanda in the comics
uh,
quite a bit, with T'Challa. So you can very easily
that'd
at
be
the
cool.
end of the next movie, you just age up the young T'Challa there, and you introduce Storm. You have your king and queen of Wakanda, and that could be the end of the
I
movie.
wouldn't mind that, but then if you move up the time, I guess if you just age them up but keep the world the
You could
same.
do what you do. You can pull from X Men. You can do a Cable where you send him
True,
away, and then he comes
true.
back older. They could. I mean, why not? I mean,
Honestly, that's what they should have done with the last movie. Just basically your idea, but
yeah,
just completely do the second movie, and then that would have set up what you're talking about.
yeah. I mean, I would be curious to see like a Cyclops. Um, and so he can have him be X-Men leader there. We'll see about a Wolverine or whatever, and we'll see if we'll get any of those X-Men in Captain America or Thunderbolts. So Captain America, what is it called? Brave New World or something.
Mm-hmm.
We got a trailer for that. They definitely went more
Are we talking
espionage.
about it right now?
Yeah, we're gonna get into some
Okay.
trailers on the train here.
Yeah, I do have a few things to say about this trailer. Um, I really wish they would have given him the super serum because the things he is doing as a
Yeah.
regular human being are
Mm.
not believable in the slightest. He literally does this thing where he dive bombs to the ground and he's going so fast that he's creating like air force that pushes
Yeah, he
human
breaks the
beings back.
sound. He's breaking the sound
Yeah.
barrier or
And
whatever.
then he literally lands on his feet.
Yeah. So,
You would die if you don't have a super serum.
so I
You need to
believe
explain that.
he has armor built by the Wakandans or whatever, where how they
Yes,
have
but
the.
it's not like a full body Iron Man suit.
Well,
It's
we don't know
still
that. I mean, it could be they have
they
like
showed it.
what's the is vibranium where he like where it like takes the force or whatever when you get hit or whatever.
Yes,
You could just
because
say
it's
he
a
has
full
that
body. It's not a
suit.
full body suit, and they did not say that. I
Well,
guess you're
they
saying
didn't
they
say
didn't
that,
say
but
it in
they
the movie,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but that is not believable. He would be dead if that is not the case.
Yeah, well, what can I tell you? Um,
So, and then he's like flying and throwing his shield
uh
faster than he is flying, and he's flying faster than jets.
yeah,
It's just no. Even if it's vibranium, but I still wouldn't believe it. It would need to be like a full Iron Man suit.
and also the belief in this movie also is that adamantium will be introduced, and that the adamantium is what the in Eternals that big monster, the celestial, is coming out of the fucking earth.
Mm.
Um, that's where the adamantium is from. So very, very easily could be an adamantium suit as well.
Well, they already introduced adamantium. What do you mean?
I mean, did they?
And Deadpool, yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Technically,
he
yes, but
had
they did.
adamantium swords.
Oh yeah, he does have adamant. Well, yeah, because Deadpool has adamantium swords. I mean, obviously Wolverine has adamantium claws as well. Um, but I mean, they're like into this one, not like from a different universe. or whatever in this universe adamantium. Um, so yeah, but that's maybe it's made out of that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It introduced in this universe. Yeah.
Yes, Andrew, we know vibranium and these things can do anything. So maybe he'll get a new shield. In the comics, I believe the shield is made out of adamantium. And
I have
in this
no
one,
idea. Doesn't mean a regular human can throw it faster than a jet. Sorry.
him flying with the jets was pretty cool, I will say.
It
I
looks
mean,
cool. I'm not saying it doesn't look cool. I'm just saying it's not practical.
yes, there's a lot of stuff that's not practical. We saw Venom, and he was flying on the outside of a plane without anything. So yeah,
I don't count that.
yeah,
That stupidness doesn't belong in my Marvel. So
yeah. Anyway, I mean, they did very thriller trailer there for this new one. We got a look at Harrison Ford as Red Hulk there. It looks like Harrison Ford.
yeah,
Uh, we'll see. I don't know. Um,
yeah. I don't know. I'm just not sold on the whole flight suit thing. I just I don't know. This is what they called him Captain Falcon because he's just
that's
it was
trademarked, I believe.
yeah, but I you know what I mean. It's not Captain America just because he has a wingsuit and stuff. I don't like it. I don't know.
Well, he's Captain America, whether you like it or not.
I'm
And
fine with him being Captain America. I just don't like should have just dropped the flight suit. I don't know.
he's Captain America, until Chris Evans comes back because he only makes flops.
So true.
So we'll see how that goes. Another one coming out next year is, by the way, Captain America comes out in February, so pretty quick, pretty soon. Thunderbolts, you got another look at that, which Thunderbolts comes out in May, I believe. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in this, even though it is just like the leftovers. I mean, I like Florence Pugh and David Harbour, and I mean the other people are the other people, but you got Bucky in there. So they had the I think it's either D23 Brazil, or it was just like they had like a Brazil Comic Con where people play stuff, but Disney has a big Brazilian fan base. So they showed stuff, and they had a first look, and they showed more of that scene with Bucky blowing up stuff with a
Basically
launcher.
the whole thing, yeah.
Red Guardian's like, he's so cool. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, they do seem kind of funny. Hopefully they pull this movie off.
They're definitely going for like a Guardians, ragtag
Yeah.
group there. We still not sure why that asterisk is there, but he's basically like, hey, let's go with the Thunderbolts or whatever. And they're like, nah, we can't be called that, so there must be a reason. I'm pretty sure that Julia Louis-Dreyfus character, I'm pretty sure they bought Avengers Tower. Pretty sure that's where they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a reveal of that basically in the trailer.
Kind of. I mean, she's just like, hey, this place was expensive or whatever.
Yeah,
But
definitely the tower. I mean, it looks like it.
yeah. So that, then they would be like the Dark Avengers or whatever.
Yeah,
But
sure.
maybe that's why they're not called. I'd say it's an asterisk for the Thunderbolts.
I don't know. I'd say slightly darker, like Avengers are bright pink and they're just pink or something.
They're red. They're red.
I don't think they're that dark.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Blue and royal blue. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it. I don't know. The trailer was kind of funny. I think it could be good.
I'll say I don't think it looks bad.
Interest.
I think it looks, as long as it doesn't look bad, it should be, at least acceptable in my book. So.
Yeah, it's funny. we already have stuff for both of the first two Marvel movies, but we have not gotten any footage of Fantastic Four, which comes out in like July. I'm pretty sure,
Um, I
unless
mean,
they moved
it
it
is
back.
farther away. I don't know if they moved it back, but um, maybe when the
Yeah, it
movie
comes out
comes
in
out,
July.
maybe in February. I don't know. I think they're advertising for 'em really early, anyways. I
Yeah,
mean, not the Captain America one, but the other one is still pretty early.
yeah. I mean, that comes out two. Thunderbolts comes out 2 months before, and they've already had like a couple things for it. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, kind of interesting. I don't. Maybe they're still
Well, you've seen those
figuring it out.
characters before, right? So it's not Fantastic Four you've never seen. So they really got to make it big. I feel like I don't think they're just going to shadow drop a trailer or something.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like the first time, like we've obviously seen the characters. We haven't seen this version of the
Yes, yes,
characters. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
it's a bigger moment. I think they've got to save it for either a Comic Con or something. I don't know when the next one is, but
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a summer thing, Comic Con. I mean, we know Fantastic Four. We got who we have already in it, um, and then we're gonna get Galactus and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, that was all the Marvel stuff. Yeah, let's get it. Let's talk about. Let's talk about Back in Action. Back in Action is Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz in her first movie in 10 years. First live action movie in 10 years. Return. I mean, that's probably why it's called Back in Action. There, I think that's a little nod there. Her first movie back in 10 years. Her last movie was Annie in 2014, which was bad from what I heard, and also starred Jamie Foxx. Um,
weird.
so I think they did that on purpose. But I clearly they enjoy hanging out together. What do you think of this trailer?
Um, it looks fun. It looks, I'll watch it. If it's a Netflix movie, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, just a action
Yeah.
movie.
I've watched
Basic.
worse stuff on Netflix, so I mean, I'll probably give this one a try. That are like same
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I know that she came back for this. She returned to acting, and she's going to be in the next Shrek. I mean, if she's willing to do action movies, I still think they could just return with the other two ladies and do another Charlie's Angels. I mean, she's willing to do action.
I don't. I see where you're coming from, but no, the second one wasn't that good, and yeah, they
You
old.
don't think people would watch it?
Mm, I mean, people would probably watch it. I just don't think it's enough to warrant a movie.
I mean, they're all still around. They're all still doing things. I mean, Cameron Diaz coming back from being, you know, not doing stuff. I mean, they none of them are
She's
uglier.
doing action, but this looks like so cookie cutter type of
Mhm.
action. Like it's not, you know, probably a lot of like face cam action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, a lot of stunt doubles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'll check it out. That would be, I like her. But I just think it could be fun, and I think people would watch a, a third one if they did that. Anyway, yeah, we'll see about that one. I mean, it looks pretty generic action movie. But they're just parents that were pulled back in, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Let's talk about How to Train Your Dragon. So this is a live action version
Looks like they're
of the
redoing the
first
first
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It is the director of the original one, the first three. He did all three of them. He's writing and directed this movie. I mean, it's going to be the first movie again. Like exactly the same from what
Yeah.
I see pretty much. Just live action. Even Gerard Butler is going to still be the dad. So,
Cool.
um,
I mean, I can't say it's going to be like a hit or something, but I think it's going to do well. So
oh yeah, I think it'll do well. I mean, the first movie is good. Um, the other two I think are fine, but but they have the original people behind it, so the people that obviously are going to care about it, he wrote it, so these are characters that are I'm sure special to him. I don't know how much live action directing he has under his belt, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, the kid looks like the animated version, and the dragon literally looks exactly the same. Like they didn't even like do that much work to change it really at all.
yeah, it
So
still almost looks like the cartoon or something. It's weird.
yeah, yeah, it's like the face is very cartoony, and then the body looks more realistic. But yeah, it's like exactly the same as the, the
Yeah.
animated. Um, I'm assuming it'll be shot for shot. I doubt it'll be
Yeah.
very
I
different.
mean, they the studio probably wants more How to Train Your Dragon because I'm sure it sells just bajillions of toys, and they
It
still
did
want to
well.
keep it
Yeah.
relevant.
The third one did okay. I don't think it was as good as the other two, but also
Yeah,
the
but
third one
just
came out way after. The third
yeah,
one
but
came out
just
like
making it
10
so they
years
can
later.
make more toys. The toys
Yeah.
are still going to get bought. It's like a
Yeah.
Cars thing, even if the
Yeah.
movie's bad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's go live action and we'll just make live action toys.
Yeah. Well, we have quite a few live action. We have well, not quite a few. We have a couple live action anime movies coming to live action next year. Lilo and Stitch is one, and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll
I'd
see
say
how
this
this
is this is the first DreamWorks one though. This is,
correct.
so yeah.
Correct. Yeah. There yeah, I think so. Movie anyway. Um yeah, so we'll see how it is. I mean, if anyone makes sense to put in live action is this one. I don't think really all the other DreamWorks ones are usually like pretty much
Nah, Kung Fu Panda.
they're they're pretty much animals, and Shrek is an ogre. I mean, there's not a lot. This is the easiest one
Yeah.
to transfer. I'm sure that's why they picked it. And also it did well. Well, speaking going of animated to live action, let's talk about Minecraft. So we got our second trailer for Minecraft there. Much better trailer. Like much better trailer.
I guess, yeah.
In comparison to that first one, which was just dog doo doo.
I think the song was good.
Yeah. I mean, they're showing actual stuff from the game. They had a little bit of the
Yeah.
music from the game, and the sounds from the game and stuff. And
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I have higher standards for movie game adaptations. This just looks like for kids, which it should be. It to me it looks worse than Mario, honestly. But
I will say this shows me at least that it won't be a complete and absolute train wreck. And I also thought that first trailer, that movie ain't making any money, but now I'm thinking it's gonna make quite a bit of
I've
money.
no, I never thought Minecraft was ever not going to make money. It was
I
going to
wasn't
make
gonna
money
say. I'm not
regardless.
saying it wasn't not going to make money. and I wasn't even saying it was going to be a tremendous flop or anything, but I think it has a better chance now of seeing a little like actual more of it that has a better shot to make a lot of money. I know highest selling game ever of all time. So,
Yeah.
there is fans, and it's been around for what 15
It's
plus years at this point.
it's still relevant today as a game.
People
Like,
people grew up on that, and there's
yeah,
kids playing it
people
now.
are yeah, there's still people growing up on it now. Like,
Yeah, so
it is still a huge game. Yeah.
yeah, huge game. So, but I think this definitely was a better trailer. Um, but it still looks
I think
kitty and
it looks kitty, cookie cutter, blah blah blah. You know, Jason Momoa just being an idiot,
yeah,
and it looks like I won't enjoy it, but I guess there'll be some crumbs of Minecraft stuff in there,
yeah.
so that's cool. But like, I still like having a real story, not just for kids. But
No, I agree. I mean, we'll see. I don't think they've shown like a lot of it yet, like story wise or whatever. But it's not like it matters.
it
Um,
doesn't. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So I don't know. We'll see. It was better. I'll just say that. Doesn't mean anything though. All right. The last one we're going to talk about today is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which was supposed to be Dead Reckoning Part 2, but they dropped that, even though it's going to be a Part 2. So they're showing it like it's going to be the last Mission Impossible. We'll see if that actually happens, but probably most likely will just be Tom Cruise's last Mission Impossible. What did you think about the trailer?
Looks good. I mean, I like the other one.
Yep, me too.
You know, I know what I get in those
Crazy
types of
stunt.
movies. I don't need to like dissect the trailer or anything. I just, I know it's already going to be a good 7 or 8 out of 10, probably. So I'm ready for it. I can't wait to watch it. Actually, something excites me for that year. So,
Yeah, it's coming out next year. Um, he'll definitely be jumping from one biplane to the other biplane. That'll
mhm.
definitely be a stunt because in the trailer he's on one of the planes and then he's on the other plane. So definitely will be a stunt. And I'm sure
Yeah.
they had even had that thing where he was like, "Hey, thanks for seeing whatever movie it was in the theaters. We're glad you liked it. We're hard at work on the next Mission Possible." And then he like goes, "Wow," on the plane. So we've already
Mhm.
we've already seen that, and he's a crazy man. We all know that.
Yep.
Likes doing stunts.
Hopefully, they release it in a good window this time and not try
Yeah.
to fight with
Well,
anyone.
no one was expecting that. Nobody. Barbie is an absolute secret smash hit. No one was expecting it to do as well as it did, but it did. Um, I, I want to say it was like a May movie. Um,
Oh, and Minecraft comes out in April, pretty sure.
right.
That was the
Okay,
one I
that's
was
what I
talking
thought.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep, it's coming out in May. A Mission Impossible. Um, yeah, I'm seeing if there's any. That's a good point. I'm gonna see if there's anything coming out that's gonna crush it. May. Um,
I just
Thunderbolts comes out May 2nd. And the Mission Impossible comes out May 23rd. So probably not. I mean, I doubt
yeah,
Thunderbolts
no, I
is going
think
to have a dominating
yeah, no, I think
months
that's
or
good.
something.
Yeah, it's more of what comes out after because you don't want to compete for the big screens.
Well, Lilo and Stitch, the live action one comes out the same day, but I don't think that would take the screens.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
They're doing that Karate Kid movie with Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. I don't think that would take any
I
screens.
didn't even know they were doing that.
Yeah, that's coming out next year. Karate Kid Legends is what it's called. And then Ballerina comes out June 6th. So that might take up some bigger screens. But no, I think it would have at least a few good weeks. I mean, unless something really blows the doors off the place that we don't know about yet. But I think it'll be good. And yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm sure it'll be a good movie. So, unless they just really fall off a cliff. So yeah, cool. So that Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. All right, you ready to get into our Christmas action movie here?
Yep.
All right, this week we're talking about Red One. Got our new movie from Z-Rock here, the director of the Jumanji movies, and then soon to be a third Jumanji movie. Also, like one of the guys that they said was going to do one of those Lego movies. So what did you think of this movie?
Pretty forgettable. Rock being the Rock. Um, you know, doesn't really. I don't know. It's not working on me anymore, so I know it's not working on other people. Um, I don't want to say he's like phoning it in, but it's just like clear. He must have like his own team that writes his stuff or something like that, right? Because they give him the same. It's just
Well,
like the same thing.
he's working with the guy from Jumanji, so
Mm.
obviously worked with him before, so knows the shtick. Rock is pretty much only working with the same people all the time.
Mm.
The only thing he has coming up is he's doing a movie about a boxer or an MMA fighter. That's the only thing that he has coming up that is Shatter Machine, I think it's called. That is not just straight from him. You know, that there's actually a different creative vision behind it. It's not one of his cookie cutter movies. Yeah, this movie literally is produced by his ex-wife's brother, like literally there's like this his after MGM and the Lion is literally his goofy $7 Productions comes up right after. I mean, it's produced by him. It's a vehicle for him. And he just gets buddies or whatever to direct it and
I
stuff.
was hearing that he got paid like 50 million or something for this movie
He
or
got
something.
paid. He got paid a butt ton. Let's talk about that now. Tons of product placement in this movie. Bullet Bourbon, Hot Wheels, and they literally found a way to put the product placement as a part of the world building in it, getting toys and making them big, Rock'em Sock'em robots and Hot Wheels and stuff. Literally, it is literally product placement. The budget on this movie was massive, and I'm sure a lot of it was just to cover his big fat head. It was a $250 million movie. Obviously, we know Amazon has deep pockets, but that is crazy. This movie was affected by the strikes, of course. Also, there was like basically an expose about Rock's diva behavior that came out, and this was during this, and this is about this movie. This was during this movie. He was late, like hours late, multiple times, I guess, during this movie. And apparently he peed in like bottles to like keep going instead of like taking time because he was so late all the time. Um, yeah, and the strikes affected the budget. Him being so expensive and then being late affects the budget. Yeah, so this budget ballooned to $250 million. This movie is going to be a flop from from what we've seen. The first weekend made 32 million domestically, which is bad. um, I think it's honestly the backstory on this movie is a little more interesting than the movie itself. That being said, I didn't hate this movie. Um, I mean, I like Chris Evans, and I thought The Rock did a fine job. And I don't think it was 100% like a normal Rock character, but it was very similar. I thought their chemistry was actually pretty decent, and there was some funny moments in it. I
Yeah,
did a
there are
little.
some nuggets here and there.
There is nuggets. I would say I did like some of the world building with like the actual like North Pole, and when they're flying on the sleigh, actually looked pretty cool. I kind of liked how it was like, like glowing or whatever. Until they went into like hyperspeed, that was pretty goofy. It literally went like pew!
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
um I
Breaking the
mean,
sound barrier there.
yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Let's see. Let's check out how much this movie has made so far. Red One. I thought some of the stuff looked good. And I mean, it was. I thought the movie was decent. I was so it's made $84 million. That was its opening weekend. And
Flippity floppity.
also this movie came out a week before internationally. So it's had a week and a half international and then the one domestic weekend, and it's made 84. So 2 weekends internationally. So not good. Not good. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yep, it came out in China. So yeah, it's gonna be a flopperooski. I mean, it's a Christmas movie, so there's a I mean, it's a different angle, I guess. Um, all right, so let's talk about. Okay, so J.K. Simmons is in shape Santa. I thought he did a pretty good job. I do like him. I mean, pretty much like him and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Problem is he's barely in the movie. So
yeah, he gets kidnapped and then he's barely in it. So, you know, you got Lucy Liu as the head of some mythical. What's it called? Mythical something.
Mova or something. Mava.
Mora.
Mora? Yeah, that sounds right. It's like mythical organization. Rehabilitation or something. Organization.
Agency or something.
Agency. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Lucy Liu's the head of that. I mean, she's fine. Um, yeah, they're just going after. The Rock is the head of the ELF or ELF,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to, and they need Chris Evans, who's a tracker or something, to find Santa.
Yes, the best tracker who can track things he doesn't know exists. Yep.
Yeah, the opening. Okay, well, let me just preface with, I thought this movie was going to be complete another dog crap, and it wasn't. So it exceeded my expectations, which were rock bottom underneath the floor. So that's good. Um, but
Okay.
you know, I don't know. I think I do like Christmas movies. I think I probably give Christmas movies a little more of a pass just because I think I just like Christmas movies. Um, yeah, the stuff that I thought looked stupid from the trailers were stupid in the movie. The big snowmen things. This They had a very weird scene with Nick Kroll on a beach. It's very goofy and ridiculous. I don't even think kids would find that to be funny. And also, this movie has like cuss words in it and stuff. So I'm not sure, like, if it's not even really for young kids, but there is a lot of like goof. It's probably for more like 12, 10 to 12 year olds, maybe. I guess just like a little bit older kids, I guess. Um, I thought everyone did a pretty decent job. The only person I didn't like in the movie was the villain. I I don't know why they got her. She was probably just cheap, I guess. Uh, I I don't know why you didn't get like an established actor. I mean, she's like an eternal being. I don't. You could have gotten anybody, I think, but they got this lady who was Sabrina on the Netflix Sabrina the Teenage Witch show. Yeah, I don't. She was okay. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't find her to be particularly good. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure why they got her. To be honest, I don't know what. Maybe they just wanted a younger person in the movie. I don't know. Um, I think if I can.
What do you mean? They couldn't afford anyone else, Daniel. Like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, she's just cheaper, I guess. Um, I think that kid, if I is that, yeah, that is. It's that kid. The one who plays his son is that kid from that movie that we watched with Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon,
Yeah,
who was also in The Mandalorian for like that one episode.
5 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is that one kid? I was like, yeah, he gets to play everyone's kid, I guess. Um, I mean, there was stuff in this movie that I liked. I did like the Krampus thing. I thought was pretty funny, and that's played by the guy who is Tormund, I believe, is his name in Game of Thrones. The wildling guy, the redhead guy.
Yeah,
I think he did a pretty good job. Um, they just went on
I
an
guess.
adventure, road trip, basically. Um, I mean, I thought the movie was decent. I didn't hate it. It's just an adventure Christmas movie. Some of the stuff was good, some of the stuff was not good. I mean, there's a scene where The Rock is running and he's sliding on CGI stuff, and it looks really
The
goofy.
CG was so bad. Like this entire movie.
Well, I mean, they were pretty much. I think they were pretty much doing green screen like the entire movie. Um, I mean, I would be surprised if the beach that they were on was a CG beach as well. So, um,
Yeah, it probably wasn't, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Movie was movie was fine overall. I didn't. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. I mean, it's. I would say it's above average. Um, I think at the end, I think I'm at like a 6.5 or a 7. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was decent. It's like right in the middle for the year on my list. You know,
Uh,
serviceable movie.
I mean, I thought this was pretty dog water. I don't know. If I compare it to other Christmas movies, even bad ones, I'd rather watch other bad Christmas movies again than watch this one ever again.
I mean, you've watched. I feel like you've watched more bad Christmas movies than I have.
Yeah,
So
I've watched all of the
maybe,
Princess Switches, whatever the heck those are called, on Netflix, and those are bad.
yeah.
Um,
Have you seen the Kurt Russell ones? on Netflix
I haven't.
where he's Santa?
I've debated
Oh,
on
okay,
them, and I've
I
heard
haven't
that
either.
was better. Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm at like a 4 or 5 for this movie. I think five's being kind of generous because there are
okay.
some nuggets, but I
I mean, 5 is average. I mean, I would say it's not below average movie. I think it's good enough.
mm, the thing
Um,
is, The Rock just killed it for me. I get what you're saying about Chris Evans. I don't think that's enough. Um,
I don't even think, but I don't think The Rock was like bad.
it's just doing his.
And
I'm just sick of it. I
like,
don't know. I'm sick of like Jack Black too, but people like him. It's just if you like the stick, you like the stick, and I'm more on the side of I don't like the
that's true.
stick anymore. It's just you've overdone it. It doesn't work
Like,
for me.
yeah, it's funny you're talking about like a Kevin Hart, which and all three of those people that just mentioned were all in Jumanji. Kevin Hart's do is the Kevin Hart shtick, the loud, thing. He
Yeah,
does the same thing and everything. So yeah, I can see what
yeah.
you're saying. Um, you know, yeah, there's a lot of people right now that are running around doing their shtick. Um, you know, Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds and
I get.
so yeah, I
Yeah,
guess it
and
is. It's just if you like it or not.
I didn't like it. I do think they had a little bit of chemistry, but I mean, he was kind of doing his own shtick too. So I mean,
He's just reverted back to from before Captain America, where
yeah,
he's just doing the
yeah.
douchebag guy.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I
So
didn't like the movie. So yeah, I think above average is for me. That's way too much.
you don't have to say it's above average, but I don't think it's fair to say it's below average. I think it's an average movie
Okay, fine. I'll
at
give
the
it a
lowest.
5.
I
But
think it's
as time goes, I will rem- remember this movie as I didn't like it. So
if you subtract Rock, your how you feel about the Rock, the rest of the movie is at least an average movie. I would say.
I guess I don't know. They had some subplots that kind of just go nowhere. It's like um he's like adults are horrible and stuff, but I guess the whole point of that is he's not a horrible adult, even though in the end, but it's just like it kind of falls flat for me. And then there's also another part where he like takes a bunch of toys, right? But he uses like 2 of them. I was like, what's he gonna do with Monopoly? But it was just, product placement. Um, and then I don't know. Just some of the things they did just kind of fell
Well,
flat for me. Yeah,
well, there also could be things that they just cut
I
out or
guess.
whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's fun stuff in the movie. I think I don't think it was a horrible movie. So I just don't. I
okay.
just wouldn't call it below average. Doesn't make your
Yeah.
experience
Well,
unvalid
I
or
said a
something.
4 or 5.
It was.
I
I
can
mean,
stay
it
at
was
a
fine.
5. That's fine.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Well, Andrew would definitely not
Oh,
recommend it.
definitely don't.
Uh. Uh.
I feel upset wasting what money I did spend on it, and I went on a Tuesday. So
Well, it'll be it'll be there on Amazon, I'm sure, for
definitely.
Christmas. Yeah. So you know, another good old flopperooski.
I
Did
think
quite a
they'll
bit
make
of
their
them
money
this year.
back just from streaming, but
You to make your budget back, you need 2.5 times. That'd be like $625 million.
well, I meant just to make the 250 back. But yeah,
Yeah, well, to
I
make the
think they could
250
do that
back,
with
maybe.
streaming. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not a numbers guy or something, but I think they'll make some of it back. I'm sure people will watch it on streaming.
Well, I mean, also I mean, The Rock is like it's to make the produce. He produced it, but also he got paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, basically, honestly, the only loser in this one
Yeah.
is Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. No one was saying Rock was the loser because of this. He got paid.
Yeah, he got paid, even though he showed up hours and hours late.
I do think his reputation
whatever.
is taking damage. I do think that, but yeah.
Oh, majorly. I mean, he hasn't. He hasn't had a really good movie in a while. So, yep. So we'll see how that goes.
I don't even think this movie's spoiler worth talking. So, yeah.
No, that's what I didn't really, because there really isn't that much in this movie to spoil. At least that things that aren't in the trailer, we already know the thing, stuff in the trailer. So yeah, I didn't need to do I didn't need to do spoiler either. That's why I didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
There's little nuggets in the movie. You can enjoy them or not enjoy them. It's up to you.
Yeah. Just check it out on streaming if you're interested. I would definitely not say go to the theater.
Yep. I mean, I think it's fun enough. I mean, it's up to you. If you like the shtick, then you're good. You're good to go, and you probably be fine with the movie. If you like The Rock, I mean, Dad liked it, so And I've been working the movie, and people seem to like it. It's just, if you like the shtick, you don't like the shtick, and you're good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up our episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then,
this has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.